All right, one of the biggest mistakes I see practitioners making isn't choosing the wrong technique, it's asking the wrong question. A client comes into your office with anxiety, another comes in with chronic overwhelm, another comes in with relationship struggles, and another comes in with self doubt. And naturally, we focus on the symptom. After all, that's what they came for, right? But what if the symptom isn't actually the problem? What if the symptom is simply the visible expression of a much deeper organization within the system? So, today I want to discuss a shift that completely changed the way that I practice. If we haven't met yet, my name is Tina Brigitini, and welcome to my channel. Remember to like and subscribe so that you get the next video. It was the moment that I stopped treating symptoms and started reading patterns. Because in my experience, symptoms come and go, patterns remain. And if we don't recognize the pattern, we often end up chasing the same issue in different forms for years. So here's a question that I want you to consider. Have you had multiple clients present with completely different symptoms, yet somehow they all seem to be struggling with the exact same thing? One has anxiety, one has people pleasing, one has burnout, one has chronic relationship disappointment, one has difficulty setting boundaries, different symptoms, same underlying organization. So once you begin seeing that, you can never unsee it. And that's when this work begins changing dramatically. Most helping professions are symptom oriented. What's wrong? What hurts? What's creating distress? What's the complaint? There's nothing wrong with these questions. They are necessary. But symptoms only tell us where the system is expressing itself. They don't tell us why the system organized itself that way. So, as practitioners, our real task isn't simply reducing symptoms, it's understanding what created them. Because symptoms are often intelligent adaptations. The problem is not the symptom. The problem is that the adaptation is no longer serving this person. So when I say pattern, I'm referring to an organized way of responding to life, a predictable adaptation, a familiar strategy, a recurring relationship between experience and response. Patterns often form early, long before the client consciously understands them, long before they have language for them. And once established, they begin influencing almost everything: relationships, decisions, emotional responses, physical tension, self image, even spiritual development. So the symptom may change, the pattern often remains remarkably consistent. So let's take anxiety as an example. Two clients arrive complaining of anxiety. From the outside, they appear similar. Both experience worry, both feel overwhelmed, both struggle with uncertainty. But once you look deeper, something interesting appears. Client one is organized around abandonment, client two organized around control. The symptom is identical. The pattern is entirely different. One fears being left, the other fears losing control. So if we only treat anxiety, we miss the organization creating it. And eventually, the symptom simply returns in another form. And this is where I believe that the chakra system becomes incredibly useful, not because it gives us labels, but because it gives us a map. A client constantly worried about security may be expressing a root chakra adaptation around safety. A client struggling repeatedly with unhealthy relationships may be expressing a sacral adaptation around connection. And a client who cannot establish boundaries may be expressing a solar plexus adaptation around power and identity. See, the symptom is simply the doorway. The pattern is the real conversation. And when practitioners learn to read that pattern, sessions become far more effective. So the nervous system offers another perspective. What we call symptoms are frequently protective strategies. Hypervigilance, people pleasing, perfectionism, withdrawal, overachievement, avoidance. These aren't character flaws, they're adaptations. The nervous system developed them for a reason, which means our goal isn't to eliminate them. Our goal is to understand them, because understanding creates precision, and precision creates better outcomes. See, most practitioners ask, what symptom am I observing? Great practitioners ask, what organization am I observing? That's a completely different question. So instead of focusing on anxiety, you begin noticing fear of abandonment. Instead of focusing on people pleasing, you begin noticing adaptation around approval. Instead of focusing on burnout, you begin noticing identity organization and over responsibility. And now you're no longer chasing symptoms, you're reading symptoms. And symptoms tell us a much richer story. And this also explains why some clients make progress, but they never fully transform. A practitioner successfully reduces the symptom, the anxiety decreases, the emotional distress improves, the tension softens, and everyone celebrates. But the underlying organization remains unchanged. The client still believes they must earn love, still believes they must stay hypervigilant, still believes they are responsible for everyone else. The symptom improved, the pattern remained. And eventually the symptom returns because the organization producing it never changed. So, how do you begin developing this skill? You start listening differently. Listen for themes. Listen for repeated language. Listen for reoccurring experiences. Listen for emotional patterns. And listen for what the client repeatedly expects from life. What are they trying to avoid? What are they trying to secure? What are they trying to prove? What are they trying to protect? Those questions often reveal far more than the symptom itself. Now, I believe that the future practitioner will become less interested in symptom management and far more interested in pattern recognition. Not because symptoms don't matter, because symptoms are messengers. They're showing us something. They're revealing how the system has organized itself. And when we understand the organization, we gain access to a deeper level of healing, a level where nervous system regulation, energy therapy, developmental understanding, and pattern recognition all begin working together. Now, for anyone interested in learning more about energy therapy, I've included that link to my course, and you're welcome to explore. And if it's right for you, it's right. And if not, no worries, continue to watch these videos and learn as much as you can. The next time a client sits in front of you, I want you to try something. Instead of immediately focusing on the symptom that they're presenting, ask yourself, what pattern am I observing? What adaptation is operating here? What organization is the system built around? Because symptoms tell us where pain is showing up. Patterns tell us why. And in my experience, the practitioners who learn to read patterns become the practitioners who create the deepest and most lasting transformations. In our next video, we're going to explore one of the most overlooked skills in healing work, and that is how to recognize when a client is ready for change and why the timing is more important than technique. Many blessings, Tina Brigitini. Don't forget to like and subscribe.